Hello, Grumpy Old Fart here. I'm doing a series of videos on the U.S. Constitution, the Bill of Rights. And for those of you who don't know, the Bill of Rights is the first 10 amendments to the U.S. Constitution. I did the First and Second Amendments already. Excuse me, I'm doing the Third Amendment right now. So let's get started. I'm going to read what it says verbatim, and then afterwards we'll discuss it. Here's what it says. No soldier shall, in time of peace, be quartered in any house without the consent of the owner, nor in time of war, but in a manner to be prescribed by law. Okay, seems pretty straightforward. This one was put in there specifically because of something the British Army was doing. At the time, the British had a lot of guys from England and other places, and they brought them over to help keep the colonists in line. And so they didn't have housing for them all. So they were quartering them with civilians. You know, you're going to take these 10 guys in, and you're going to feed them and house them and clothe them and blah, 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 blah. And, you know, you don't have a choice. So our forefathers felt it necessary. It was such a big thing at the time to put this in there. It specifically targets the military not being able to invade your home with their guys and set up residence. Now, in time of war, if the situation were dire, I don't have a problem quartering dudes in my house. I don't have a problem with that. Okay, but it's a whole different critter when the people who are trying to keep you in line because they don't trust you are putting guys in your house and you have to feed them. Okay, a lot of these young British soldiers were from far from home, and I'm sorry, if you got a daughter, you don't want 10 young. There's not a nice way to put this. You don't want 10 horny dudes in the house with your young daughter. Okay, it's that simple. Sorry, but that's the basic gist of it. And so, according to the U.S. Constitution, Third Amendment, they can't do it. No, the American military cannot do that. In peacetime, they can't do it. In wartime, they have to. There are specific provisions that allow them to do it, and they have to follow those because your rights are protected. This is one of your rights. And notice how it's worded: no soldier shall blah 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 be quartered in any house without the consent of the owner. Okay, that's not limiting us. That's limiting the government. Again, every one of these is limiting the government, not us. Okay, we don't work for the government. The government works for us. That's why it's supposed to be as small and controlled as possible. Because big government's it's a bad thing, and our forefathers knew that. So every amendment of the U.S. Constitution, if you read them, they limit the government. They don't limit us. Now, this kind of goes towards eminent domain, because if they can come in and order you to watch, to house people in your home, military guys, soldiers, they can take your land. Now, I understand sometimes the government has to take land for certain things, but they have to show just cause. According to eminent domain laws, they have to show just cause, and they have to pay you the fair market value. Now, certainly the fair market value part can be manipulated, and it happens a lot. There's a lot of crony capitalists out there. I did a video on crony capitalism, so watch that one. But according to the law, to the U.S. Constitution, they can't do that without just cause, and they have to pay you fair market value. Now, I'm not saying I'm a fan of eminent domain, because I'm not, but sometimes it's a necessity. The government has to build a fortress there to save the country, and some rancher or farmer or whatever, he says, well, that's my land. Well, okay, I understand, it is your land. But if we don't do this, nobody has any land. We all become slaves. You see what I'm saying? You got to pick. Sometimes you have to pick the lesser of two evils, and sometimes eminent domain is the lesser of two evils. I'm not a fan of it, but there it is. This is kind of a short one. It's not even 5 minutes yet, but that pretty much covers it, because there's the crux of this particular of this particular one, amendment, is private ownership. We own what's ours. My house is mine. I own it. My land is mine. I own it. Me. My big old fat bald body. That's me. Mine. I own it. Nobody can tell me what to do with it. Period. This goes directly to private ownership. Okay? Socialism, there is no private ownership. Think about that. All right? So, I hope these videos are educational, and I hope you're getting a lot out of them, and I hope you're enjoying watching them as much as I'm enjoying doing them. So, you folks have a good day now. God bless one and all.